Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om
Om
Namo
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om
Om
Namo
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Narayanam Namaskrityam
Narayana
Narayana Namaskrityam
Naranjaiva Narottamam
Naram Chaiva
Narayana Narottamam
Devin Saraswatin Vyasam
Devim
Devim
Saraswati
Saraswati Vinyasam
Tato Jayamudiraye
Tato
Tato Jayamudiraye
Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu
Jayasavas
Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu
Nityam Bhagavata Sevayam
Nityam
Nityam
Bhagavate
Bhagavata Sevaya
Bhagavate Uttamasloke
Bhagavate
Bhagavate Uttamaśloke
Bhaktin Bhavatirnaistiti
Bhakti Bhavati
Bhaktin
Nastiki
Bhavate Nastiki
Krishnaya Vasudevaya
Krishnaya
Krishnaya
Vasudevaya
Vasudevaya
Devaki Nandanaya cha
Devaki Nandanaya
Devaki Nandanaya cha
Nandagopakumaraya
Nandagopakumara
Nandagopakumaraya
Govindaya Namo Namaha.
Govindaya
Govindaya Namo Namaha.
Hare Krishna. Welcome all the devotees for the morning Srimad Bhagavatam discussion. Today we are going to discuss Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 19, text number 40. 1, 19, 40. This is the last sloka of this chapter. The chapter name is The Appearance of Sukadeva Goswami. This is the last verse we are going to discuss today. In the first canto, last chapter, and the first canto, last chapter, this is the last text of the first chapter. And this, sorry, 19th chapter and first canto. So today we are going to complete the first canto's part. So tomorrow onwards, we will discuss the second canto. So now, please recite the sloka begin me. Sūta uvāca
Sūta
Sūta
Vacha
evam ābhāṣitaḥ pṛṣṭaḥ
evam
evam
ābhāṣitaḥ
ābhāṣitaḥ pṛṣṭaḥ
sa rājñā ślakṣṇayā girā
rājñā ślakṣṇayā girā
pratyabhāṣata dharma-jñaḥ
pratyabhāṣata
pratyabhāṣata dharma-jño
bhagavān bādarāyaṇiḥ.
bhagavān
bhagavān bādarāyaṇiḥ.
Word by word meaning, please repeat begin me. Sūta uvāca.
Sūta
Sūta
Vacha
Vacha.
Śrī Sūta Gosvāmī said,
Śrī
Śrī
Sūta
Sūta Gosvāmī said,
evam,
evam
evam,
thus,
thus
thus,
ābhāṣitaḥ,
ābhāṣitaḥ
ābhāṣitaḥ,
being spoken,
being spoken,
pṛṣṭaḥ,
pṛṣṭaḥ
pṛṣṭaḥ,
and asked for,
and
and
asked
asked for,
saha,
sa
saha,
he,
he,
rājñā,
rājñā
rājñā,
the king,
by the
by the
king
king,
ślakṣṇayā,
ślakṣṇayā
ślakṣṇayā,
by sweet,
by
by
sweet
sweet,
girā,
girā
girā,
language,
language
language,
pratyabhāṣata,
pratyabhāṣata
pratyabhāṣata,
began to reply,
began to
began
reply
to reply,
dharma-jñaḥ,
dharma-jñaḥ
dharma-jñaḥ,
one who knows
one
one who
who
knows
the principles of religion,
the
the
principle
principles
of
of religion,
bhagavān,
Bhagavan,
Bhagavan,
the powerful personality,
the
the
powerful
powerful
person
personality,
bādarāyaṇiḥ,
Bhagavan,
bādarāyaṇiḥ,
son of Vyāsadeva.
son of
son of Vyāsadeva.
Translation, there is no purport in this. So translation, please repeat begin me. Translation, purport by is doing this Abhay Charna and A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki.
Jai Srila
Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Translation, Śrī Sūta Gosvāmī said,
Śrī Sūta Gosvāmī said,
the king
the
the
king
king
thus spoke
thus spoke
that spoke
and questioned the sage
and
and questioned the
sage
stage
using sweet language.
using sweet language.
using sweet language.
Then the
Then
Then
the
the
great and powerful personality,
great and powerful
great and
person,
powerful personality,
the son of Vyāsadeva,
the
the
son of
son
Vyasa,
of Vyāsadeva,
who knew the principles of religion,
who
who
knew
knew the principles of religion,
began his reply.
began his reply.
Purport, thus end of Bhaktivedanta purports of first canto, 19th chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled The Appearance of Sukadeva Goswami. This is the end of the first canto. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnanajnana Shalakaya Chakshurunmidam Yana Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pṛṣṭaḥ Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namini Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharne Nirvishesha Shunyavad Pāṣāṣa Deshatarne Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vāsadī Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna. This last text. So there are multiple, from this we can, because Bhagavatam, if you read Bhagavatam, there are multiple instances happening in the different times. So the 5,000 years back, where Parshit Maharaj and Sukadeva Goswami and the other sages, that is the actual incident happened. They were discussing the pastimes of the Lord. So in that, they are went into the pastime, inside of the pastime. And in that assembly, Sūta Goswami was there. And he heard whatever Sukadeva Goswami spoke. And he came to Naimisharanya. In the Naimisharanya, all the Rishi Munis, they had a worry about the upcoming Kali Yuga. So they wanted to do some yajna for the welfare of the human beings, for the next generation, because Kali Yuga entered. So in order to reduce the Kali Yuga's effect, they wanted to do the yajna. So they did the yajna. This is happening after that, the Bhagavatam spoken. So Sūta Goswami there in that group also, when Naimisharanya forest where other devotees of the Lord, other Rishi Munis assembled there, Sūta Goswami present there. Then there he was selected as a person who want to spoke Bhagavatam again there. So Sūta Goswami there, and he was telling what happened in the Astirapur, that near to the bank of Ganges, what happened. Parshit Maharaj and Sukadeva Goswami, what they discussed, he is explaining again the same Bhagavatam again here to other along with the other Rishi Munis. So here now Sūta Goswami is telling. So like we will tell the story, right? If you go to somewhere, suppose if you visit some dham, suppose we visit Vrindavana, we came back and some of our neighbors or some of our friends, they are asking where you went, what you did. Then we will explain. So I went to Vrindavan, I visited this place, that place. So this is whatever is happened. All those things we will explain. Similarly, Sūta Goswami is explaining that King Parishit was there and Sukadeva Goswami appeared. All those things he was explaining. So now, Sukadeva Goswami in this sloka, what he is saying that. So then we discussed that till yesterday. We discussed that Parshit Maharaj glorifying Sukadeva Goswami, and Sukadeva Goswami is Parishit, he was asking the question. So he's not asking normal questions only for himself. He's asking the question for the entire human race. That is the quality of a pure devotee of the Lord. So he was there. Then the King Parishit, he was asking all the questions. So that's why it is mentioned that. Like he is saying, Sūta Goswami is saying that King just spoke and questions the sage using sweet language. So even though he was a king, he was materially he was great opponents he had, but still we can, in this Bhagavatam narration, we can understand that how humble he was. The way he asking the question, with the way he is giving the respect to the sadhus and sannyasis. So this is the remarkable, and this is the learning we have to learn from King Parishit. And also he is not asking, since he is a king and he is a devotee of the Lord, he is not only asking for his benefit. The questions is asked by Parishit was for the entire human beings. So the overall, even though the upcoming generations, he asked the questions. So what he asked, so what is the dharma of a person? particularly who was about to die, what they have to do. So, what they have to hear, what they have to chant, what they have to worship, all those questions he asked. So, this is the intelligent and brilliant questions from the King Parishit to Sukadeva Goswami. So, and Sukadeva Goswami also is a powerful personality, as we discussed in the multiple classes. He is a son of Vyāsadeva. So, here it is mentioned that specifically, he is mentioned that who dharma-jñaḥ. So, dharma-jñaḥ means who knew the principle of religion. So, if you visit the places, visit the people who are all there, who are all having the dharma-jñaḥ, who was having the principle of religion, who know the religion, who know the dharma, they will always become humble. They won't have the pride. Because they will always very, very simply they will be there. They won't mix with the common people, and they will come for the common people and only for the purpose to relieve them from the burden, whatever the materialistic people are getting into the world. So they give they will come there and they will give the jnana, whatever they learned. So they will give the jnana to them, and their only duty is to take care of and purify the human beings. So that's why they are calling this they are the mobile tirthas. So who know the religion, the principle, the sages who know the religion, they are all like a tirthas. So tirtha means like if Ganga, Yamuna, Kaveri, these are all the rivers. We are saying that these are the tirthas. Why? Because these are tirthas. If you go there, go to the pilgrimage, or if you go to the dam, then these rivers will be there. If you go and take the bath, all of your sins will go off. That's why these are all tirthas. But why they are tirthas? Because all the sins, whatever accumulated by the rivers, that will be purified by the sages like Sukadeva Goswami and who are all the sages who are residing in that near to the tirtha. So the purification process is a kind of a cyclic process. What we are accumulating a sin, we are going to the dam, we are going to the pilgrimage, we are going to the sacred river, and we are taking a dip and we are leaving our sins. And the Rishi is staying there. They are staying there to whatever the accumulated sins by the river, they will take the bath and they will purify the river again. So that is the power of the great sages. So here the son of Vyāsadeva, he was also a great sage. And here it is mentioned that, and again, King Parishit, he was spoken and asked the question to the sage using a sweet language. He was not used to his power. Yes, the king, he is a king, he was the king, and he was the emperor of the whole world. So, emperor of the whole world, you see, even a small person in our community, if it is a little power in the government, then how he spoke to the people. We are seeing. They won't give respect to anyone because they will think that they have the power. But here the king, he was the emperor, but still he took the humble position because he also know the principle of religion. But for our welfare, for the next human race welfare, he was asking the question because at the last stage of life, by default, is supposed to discuss with the sage. We have to hear about the Lord and Lord's pastimes. So that is the way, by symbolically, he was asking here, and with the sweet words. There are multiple instances how the sages will react. In the Mahabharata itself, there are multiple instances we can see. So one of the incident, Queen Kunti, when she was young, when she was small, around 10 years old, that time she was at his house before marriage, and his father was Kundi Bhoja, King Kundi Bhoja. So her daughter was Kundi. So Kunti Maharani, she was a great devotee of the Lord, and she was also very humble and polite. One day, this great sage Durvasa Muni visited their palace. So since the Durvasa Muni is famous for his quick anger, if somebody did some mistake, even though small mistake, he will get anger very easily. So everybody will afraid of him is go in front of him himself, because the king may curse, the sage Durvasana may curse. So because of that, people will used to afraid to go in front of Durvasana. And when Durvasana visited the Gundiboja's palace that time, all the people who are there, servants, everybody running away here and there, because Durvasana, if you go and serve the Durvasana, if something happened, then immediately you curse. Nobody wanted to get into the curse. So everybody telling there's some reasons, and they are going away from there to serving Durvasana. Then the elderly ladies there, they sent Kundi Marani. You can go and serve. But since Kundi, she was a small girl, he was not aware about this person, Durvasa Muni and all. But still, she has the quality of the Sattvic qualities. So she was serving Durvasa Muni for 1 year. So the 1 year, how she served, the first day, how she served. Because if you go to a particular somebody's house as a guest, first day you will be treated like with a feast, everything and all. Means they all the family members. If you go as a guest, they will treat you like a guest, and they will give all attention always. From morning to evening, they will give attention till night. They will also arrange the bed, everything they will do. But if you are staying in the same house for more than 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, then slowly the first day how they treated you, that will get reduced. They can't prepare everyday feast. One day they can prepare a feast, and every day they can't prepare the feast. So and also later, if you prolong that you are stay in that particular house in the grave, you as a guest, then they will feel that he is also one of our family members. So they won't give that much respect what they give in the first day. So this is the common mentality of the human being. But in the Kunti Marani, what she did, she served Durvasa Muni the first day, in the what way she served, with love and devotion, and whatever his needs, before he asking, she took care of that. Whether it's a bed, whether it is a prasadam, whether he wanted to have something, all the things she took care of him very well, nicely. So the Durvasa Muni, he stayed there for a year. And the first day to last day, the same manner how she served in the first day, similar manner she served in the last day also. So Durvasa Muni quite impressed with their qualities. So because of that, he wanted to give a benediction to Kunti Marani. So what he said, okay, he asked Kunti Marani, so whatever you want, you just ask me. I will give you a benediction, so you can ask anything. Like that, he was asking the Kunti Marani. So since being a small girl, she couldn't understand anything. She don't have any desires. So I want this. He didn't tell us anything. See that I don't want anything. This is my duty to serve you. So I did, that's all. That's what she told. Then again, he got impressed more, because she's not willing to take anything from him. So, but he wanted to give something to her that will useful for in the future. So the Rishi Munis, they know present, past, and future of a person. So it is not you can't think that they are also one of them. They are also having the problem like us, the bodily pain. They are also going through birth, death, old age, and disease. They are also one of us. We should not think in that way, because that is the law of there is a law of nature, that a person, a human, as a born in a human being in this material world, they have to go through these phases. Whether it is a learned person, whether it is a whoever born in this world, they have to go through that. So but these people, the great sages, they also goes through these phases, but they won't consider they are living in this body. They will always consider themselves as a soul. Their soul platform only. They will be in the Atma platform. So that's the reason Durvasa Muni was there. So they won't talk about the birth, death, old age, and disease and all. They won't worry about all those things. So Durvasa Muni, he wanted to give some benediction to, he impressed with the Kunti Maharani, so he wanted to give the benediction to Kunti Maharani. So he gave the benediction that since they know the Trikala, so he wanted to give the, in future, thinking about her future, he gave the benediction that you will get a children, you can get a children. I will give you a mantra. Whenever you want a child, you just think about, remember, meditate upon any of the demigods, and you will get a son. You will get a son with the qualities of the demigods. From through them, you will get a son. That's why that the mantra, that's a powerful mantra. He gave it to Kunti Maharani. So at that time, Kunti Maharani not aware of that. What is mantra? How to use it? Where to use it? Because he told that in future it will be used. Because he knows the future. The Durvasa Muni, he knows the future of Kunti Maharani. So that's the reason he gave this. By impressed by her service, he gave this benediction to her, and he left. But Kunti Maharani not aware of that future. What is going to happen? So she's a small girl. She wanted to test the mantra. She went out. She went outside of that room and she saw that nothing. Which demigod she wanted to remember. But in the opposite, she saw in the sky. She saw the sun. So immediately she meditated upon the sun god. He wanted to test what this this person gave. Durvasa Muni. She tested that mantra. Immediately she got the sun. Karna. It is Karna. So since she was not married and she was a small girl, she don't know what to do and all those things. Then she left Karna in the river. He kept it in a boat and she left Karna in the river. That is the story of Mahabharata. Sorry. So from this pastime, you can understand, if you glorify or if you take care of your sage, if you make them comfortable, if you keep them comfortable, if you serve them properly, you will get the benediction. And that benediction, they know our future. According to that, they will give the benediction. So since Kunti Maharani, she knows her fate. She don't know her fate, but Durvasa Muni know her fate, that she was going to marry Pandu, and Pandu, she won't produce children. So she will use this mantra and she will produce the children. Because of that, the Pancha Pandavas appear. All the Pancha Pandavas is one of the sons of, it came from the each demigods. So that is the benediction Durvasa Muni gave. So that always we also need to understand that we also need to give the proper respect to the Rishi Munis who are all. It is very rare in the Kali Yuga, but still overall the sages who are all following, who knows the principle of religion, we need to give that kind of respect, so that we will get the benediction which will be useful for our future. So the most benediction, most of the things people, the sages used to give, you will get out of this material world. You won't get birth again. So that kind of benediction we need to get. So for that, we need to hear them, whatever they are speaking, whatever they are talking about the Lord, whatever the rules and regulations they are saying, whatever the do's and don'ts they are saying, if you follow that, we can get out of this material world. So this is the common one, to give respect to the sages and Rishi Munis. And this is the one of the part we saw Mahabharata. One part, if you respect, what you will get. The same Mahabharata, the another story it is coming, another pastime of same Durvasa Muni. The Durvasa Muni, Vishwamitra Muni, and Vaisnava and Narada Muni, all are wanted to visit Krishna in Dwaraka. So they came to the palace, and during that time, the Samba, the son of Krishna and Samba Devi, that he was mischiefly, he wanted to tease these sages. So what he did, he was a son of Krishna. Still, he wanted to playfully. What he did, he kept some cloth in his stomach, and he showed us. He pretended as a pregnant woman, and he went in front of the sages. He asked the sages, "So sages, you know whether I'm going to give the birth of a male child or female child?" Just he was in front of he was pretend himself as a woman and pregnant woman. He went in front of the sages. He was asking. Then Because they know the reason behind that. So immediately Durvasamani, he got angry and he gave the immediately he cursed them. That what he did, it is not a male or female, it is not a human being, it is you will deliver a lump of iron. That's what he cursed. So the next day, the Samba, he delivered a lump of iron rod. So immediately he got afraid because he was playfully he was doing, but the Muni cursed. So immediately he went to Ugrasena, who is the grandfather of Samba. He went to Ugrasena and he was asking, see, I went to, I asked through the Munis, I prayed with the Munis, but they cursed me. I delivered this lump of iron, what to do? So then the Ugrasena, he aware of that, what, say, this is the, because of the Muni's curse. So something, but if something it is coming means it will be a problem for our dynasty also. So he aware of that, he foresees something is going to happen. So what he did, immediately he asked his soldiers, break this iron rod into pieces and into a powder and throw it in the ocean. They get it. So the soldiers, the servants, they broke the iron rod in multiple pieces and pick it as powder and throw it in the sea. But since usually the waves took those powders into the bank of the seashore, they came to the seashore, and the seashore, all those become, each an iron rod was sprouting from the pieces. So it's kind of how the grass will sprout from the seed. The similar way, all this powder became a seed. The entire ocean, the seashore, it become iron rods. So that, because using that weapon, the iron rods, the entire Yadu dynasty, after intoxicated, each other they got fight. They used that as a weapon and they fight each other and they died. So the entire dynasty got killed by each other only, not by outsider people. Because the entire dynasty, the Yadu dynasty, all are related to Krishna. Since they are related to Krishna, they are in the demigod's position. They can't be killed by normal people or normal issues. So there is no other way. So they themselves need to die. So that is the fate. So that is the reason this pastime happened. So from this pastime, we can understand, if we playfully, if you tease a sage or Muni, we will get a result out of it. So from these two stories, we can understand that we have to respect the sages because they know the principle of religion. So we have to ask the question which is useful for our life or useful for others. We should not we should not play with them. Playfully, we should not ask anything because their time and our time is very precious. So that is the reason we have to give the respect because they know the principle of religion. We may not know the entire thing. So we need to take the humble position how the king took. We need to go and ask the questions. So in Bhagavad Gita also, Krishna told in 4th chapter, 34th verse, Tat vidhi pranipadena pariprasnena sevaya upadeshyandi te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshinaha. So what is saying, Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita, just to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master, inquire from him submissively and render service unto him. The self-realized souls can impart knowledge unto you because they have seen the truth. So this is the way we have to approach a spiritual master or any sages, any Muni, Rishi Muni, because they know the tattva, they have the knowledge, because they know the truth. They are already self-realized souls. So if you go and ask the self-realized souls, you should not ask anything materially. You should not playfully anything. You should not tease them. This is the way you need to approach. You need to submissively, you need to inquire them. You need to do the service unto them. Then they will impart the knowledge to us. Automatically, the knowledge will become to us because they have their mercy on us, because mercifully they will give the knowledge to us. So today's sloka, we discussed that the king Parishit, he was the sage. So Sūta Gosvāmī, he was saying that king spoke to the sage, questioned the sage with a sweet language, and the Vyasadeva's son, he began to reply. So today we discussed how we need to approach a sage or your spiritual master, so that we will get the benefit out of it. We say the pros and cons. If you approach in the good way, how we will get, what we will get benediction. If you go in the playful mode or in the crooked manner, if you tease the sages, what the curse you will get. We saw those two things, so we need to take the best out of it. Hare Krishna. Grandhara Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai.